Canelo Golovkin, a lot of controversy about the result, but I understand you haven't watched the whole thing yet.
Not the whole thing, no. I just haven't had time. So it sounded like a brilliant fight. Most people, I believe, had Golovkin just shading the fight. So you can't call it a robbery if someone's won by a round or 2 rounds. A lot of the clips that I saw Canelo backing him up and being the aggressor in the fight, which you have to give him credit for. So yeah, apparently a great fight.
As a promoter, now obviously all the talk is about a possible third fight, but as a promoter, if you're in Golden Boy's position now, do you go into a third fight, or do you think we've done that now, we've done and dusted, why do we need Golovkin, let's go somewhere else?
No, I think you do a third fight because people want to see it. It's a massive fight, you know. I think you've got 2 really interesting middleweight fights coming up. Saunders against Andrade, October 20th on DAZN in Boston and Sky Sports. And then you've got October the 27th, Jacobs-Derevyanchenko on HBO and Sky Sports, both our guys. So he should be looking to fight the other world champions as well. Canelo Jacobs is a very big fight. The Golovkin fight will wait. I think they'll both have interim fights, and I think they'll look at that for May or September next year, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a third.
Like you say, it's obviously a great division at the moment. Demetrius Andrade, your guy, against Billy Joe Saunders in Boston. I just want to ask about the situation with Billy Joe Saunders. He's been reprimanded in some way by the board. Does that affect what's happened? Does that affect any plans for Boston? Is there a chance that he won't box? I don't really know.
No. I mean, look, if he lost his licence...
Even if he lost his licence...
He would probably then go and try and get another licence elsewhere, which is not what anybody wants. You know, he's licensed by the British Boxing Board of Control. We want him to go in that fight licensed by the British Boxing Board of Control. So I don't know what the British Boxing Board of Control. I guess they'll give him a very heavy fine, maybe a suspended ban. I don't know, but you know Billy Joe Saunders. I know Billy Joe Saunders, and although he does some stupid things, he's not a bad bloke. But he has to understand that he has an obligation as a role model and as a world champion to act in a certain way. Whether he likes that or not, or whether people like that or not, that's fact. But he's done something which he thought was amusing and, you know, has ended up getting him in trouble. So he's got to learn his lesson. But as I said, you know, he's a decent guy, and it's not like there's a lot of malice in what Billy Joe does, but sometimes he can overstep the mark and he'll learn his lesson.
Now to the matter in hand, Joshua Povetkin, a kind of almost a no-win situation for Joshua, if you know what I mean, because a lot of people don't know who Povetkin is and what he's achieved. So if he wins easily, people say it's an easy fight, and if he loses, obviously everything down the pan. So it's a difficult one for Joshua.
It is. I mean, when you're in here and you know you're talking about to boxing people, everyone's saying this is a real fight. You know, this is a very, very tough fight. So it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, how Joshua deals with the pressure on Saturday night, because there's a huge amount of pressure on him. But I think people are starting to understand and learn more about Povetkin. The fact that he's, you know, number 3 in the Ring magazine. You've got Joshua Wilder and Povetkin. He's won in the WBA mandatory, won in the WBO, and he's only lost to Vladimir Klitschko. He's a very, very good fighter. So I think this is a great fight for Joshua, because I think this is a great fight for him to show his qualities as well. And he wants these tough tests, and it really will be.
I've read some quotes about his sparring being particularly difficult now. People are trying to land one on him basically now to make a name for himself. Do you think this is his hardest camp he's had in his career, just based on what you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, no camp's ever perfect, you know, especially when you're 18 stone and having 12, 15 round spars. But we've brought sparring in for this camp that have stuck it on him. You know, and I think that that's been good for him, because you don't want to be going through camps being the biggest star in world boxing and having it easy. You know, and I don't think he'd want that either. So the sparring's been tough, the camp's been tough, but he's ready. You know, he's ready to fight.
What happens now? But obviously he'll have a little sort of shake out and wave to everyone tonight. Presser tomorrow, weigh-in on Friday. What will happen in the next few days? Just chilling out?
Nothing. I mean, listen. Obviously, when they're heavyweights, they're not making weight, chilling out. Nice walks, maybe a couple of pad sessions just to keep fresh and get ready for the pressure cooker. 80,000 people at the National Stadium, everybody tuned in. You know how big Joshua fight weeks are. The country shut down for the fight. All the pressure on Anthony Joshua. People talking about what's next. The only thing that matters is now.
Obviously Povetkin as well made a name for himself in a bad way when he failed 2 drugs tests. Are you confident he's totally clean this time around? What's the situation been with testing?
Yeah, so he's already signed up to VADA random testing. We've had additional VADA testing for this fight. It's been going on for 10 weeks. I think he's probably been tested 6 times. Anthony Joshua's also with UCAD as well as all the others. He's probably had 12 tests in this fight, so I'm confident that's all been taken care of, and obviously we know Joshua's clean going into this fight, and we hope and believe Povetkin is as well.
Obviously Joshua's not, but you might be looking ahead and planning the next steps. What's the situation with, first of all, that offer to Deontay Wilder, second of all, Tyson Fury, and also what's going on with their fight? Where do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, that's not my business. I mean, they announced in the ring, 5 weeks ago, that this fight was on, and still we don't have a date or venue. All the things they criticise us about, saying they couldn't do a deal because we don't know the date or venue. I don't know, is it signed? Who knows, They're apparently having a world media tour next week, as Frank Warren said in his interview. If that doesn't happen, they're going to look even more silly. I think it'll get announced, I just don't think it'll happen. So we'll see. In terms of our offer to Deontay Wilder, we signed a contract for all the terms that they agreed to. Now they don't want to do that deal. So we've said, no problem, just tell us the new terms and we'll see if we can get it on for April, because we've got to move quickly.
All right, Ed, just last one on Luke Campbell, obviously a huge night for him, rematch against Yvonne Mendy, and then into a big one for the world title.
Massive fight. I mean, look, the first fight was a great fight, but Mendy deserved the victory. And now, Luke Campbell's World Championship career depends on Saturday night. New trainer in Shane McGuigan. Mendy, since that fight, has had some big wins himself. Very, very confident. You're going to see him come at Campbell for 12 rounds. It's going to be a very, very difficult fight, but a real 50-50.
Are we sold out yet?
No, we've still got tickets available. We're up to 80,000, so not too bad. But we've got the 40s and 60s, a couple of them available, so make sure you're there.